Hello everyone, Inkdisk here, and welcome to the demo for Secret of Weepstone. This is a game that is heavily inspired by the classic 80s style Dungeons & Dragons, and is presented in a first-person dungeon crawler type of thing, with, as you can see here from the main menu, a hand-drawn ink and pen, or pen and paper style of art. And it all really caught my eye, and I'm curious to see how it goes, so let's go take a look.
Nestled in the shadow of its imposing, now abandoned keep, sits the dwindling riverside village of Weepstone. But things were not always so. For in times gone by, a man from the east, known only as Raal, grew to power, waging a relentless campaign westward. After crossing the mountains into the kingdom of Talesworth, he established his seat of power and constructed a stronghold from which to oversee his lands. He called this stronghold Weepstone Keep. Many wondered what compelled this mysterious and seemingly unstoppable warrior to end his bloody campaign in this place. But the years were good to Weepstone and its people, their harvests unfailingly robust, and their industries the envy of neighbors both near and far. However, Raal would not live forever, and upon his death, his lands passed to his eldest son, Byron, and thus began the troubled times. Long past are the seasons of plenty for Weepstone and its people, whose fields now sit barren, the people forsaken by the good fortunes they once took for granted. To the astonishment of many, Byron abandoned Weepstone Keep for a modest manor on a hill near the town, and forbade anyone to return to its halls. Now the town barely survives, mostly as an unwelcome stop along a trade route used by merchants too impatient to travel the hospitable roads of the south. Only the trapped or the desperate continue to call this bleak place their home. Our story begins here, on a night of ill omen, as the people of Weepstone have been called to the tavern for reasons unknown.
I like that.
Good people of Weepstone, I've summoned you here to discuss a matter of grave importance. My brother and your lord, Byron, has fallen ill.
Oh, click to
He
continue.
is rarely conscious. His nights are fraught with fevered dreams and terrible nightmares. The healers know not what ails him. In his half-waking state, he mumbles incoherently of Weepstone Keep, the castle that our father built, our childhood home. I can only hope that it is there where answers may lie. Are there any among you willing to delve into that forsaken place to find the source of Byron's torment? I will not lie, there is undoubtedly great danger waiting for any who venture there, in the form of both man and beast. While the keep and its contents have been forbidden since our exile, I hereby decree that any brave enough to take on this task may enter, explore, and importantly, keep what they may find within its walls. Who among you will take up this duty? I need 6 volunteers. Please, I would rather not have my hand forced to choose.
Alright, nice. We got a choice of characters. Looks like everyone with a face is someone we can select. So let's see him one at a time. The kid. No one's sure where the kid is from. He's never spoken a word to anyone. Only those new to town would be unwise enough to leave anything valuable unattended when he's nearby. He can become a thief, though right now he's a street urchin. How about you? Starla Beverly. Starla has known the day she would die since she was a child. At least, that's what her cultist parents taught her. She ran away to avoid being the ritual sacrifice and maybe avoid her fate. She's going to become an elf. Shouldn't you already be an elf? Because I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a race, not a class. Maybe it works different here. Tugger Barnes. Tugger Barnes looks rough for whatever age he actually is, and depending on the time of day, only half sober at best. But Tugger will tell you any day now he's got a plan to turn it around. Alright, so Tugger and the kid will both be thieves. Tatum Harlow. Would be easy to write Tatum off as a moron if it weren't for the fact that occasionally he's shockingly smart. However, the townsfolk have generally decided that every village needs an idiot, and sometimes they volunteer. Okay, so that's his starting class. He's the town drunk. She's obviously a zealot. Della Graham. In her youth, Della was a housekeeper for Lord Byron's father, Raoul, at Weepstone Keep. She now spends her time gardening with her husband Egbert, and is known affectionately as Ma Della to the children of the town. Oh, she'll be a healer, and maybe learn to unturn dead. That'd be a great boon if there's any skeletons inside. Although, I think... Okay, before I move on to her husband, let's continue that thought. I think that she's probably going to be a bit of a glass cannon, if not just, glass in general, until she gets to being a cleric. That's the thing, you gotta factor in both the end game and the early game with each of these. The kid's got potential, and his youth probably will give him a bit more stats, because he can, have strength build up and all that. Like, this old man, well, however old he is, how strong he is probably as strong as he's gonna get. Whereas the husband and wife, they're already getting old, so they might actually have lower strength and lower defense to start with. Anyway, let's continue on. Egbert Graham once served as cook for Lord Byron's father at Weepstone Keep. Loves only two things, his wife Della and a perfectly cooked meal. Though mostly retired, he's been known to dust off his knives for a feast day. Oh, he's a magic user. So he's the offense. She's the defense and healing. Now, can I select them separately, or...
I'll go. I'm not as young as I once was.
Okay, so they're a
but
pair.
Maybe my years at the keep will be of some help.
Where you go, I go. I love. You know that.
Okay, well, get back to you for now. I don't want to commit 2 slots right away without knowing everyone else. Nixon Webb. He's an elf and a baker in name only, as her. As her shop was burned to the ground by a spurned lover, she's been trying everything she can to raise funds to rebuild, unsuccessfully so far. Ray Wyatt is a middle-aged dwarf blacksmith exiled from the capital city of Talesworth for crafting items forbidden by the Guild of Artificers. When asked about his peg leg, the story changes every time. I might take these two. They seem interesting. Ray and Nixon. Now, the kid, like I said, has potential. So, if I take the couple, I take these two, and the kid, that's 5 slots already. Ewan Ablethorn. Ewan is a merchant of clearly good breeding and remarkably successful. The most confusing thing about him is why he chooses to remain in Weepstone, the answer to which he alone knows. He's a magic user as well, and I could get him separate of these, so if I want to do mostly offensive with... No, I think we're going to want a healer at some point. Let's see, Elton Winslow. Elton is the best carpenter for leagues around, and truly deeply hates carpentry. That may be why he's known to have a strong personality, but he's young even for a dwarf, so it's hard to tell. Now, this is the guy I've been most interested in because he's got that whole sign and all that. Dalton was born in Weepstone and has never once set foot more than a league from the town. Since childhood, he's rambled to anyone who would listen about the coming doom that haunts his dreams. Well, you two should get along fine. You and Starla. Now, what's with these two? Kaylin Quinn. Once known as the Songbird of Trent, Kaylin's promising career as a bard was tragically derailed when she shattered her fretting hand in a bar fight and was forced to resentfully seek out less discerning audiences. I kind of like the look. I kind of like the look of her face. It's rough and tumble, but honest. So far, I think the team I want is Ray, Kaylin, Dalton, maybe Ewan. So that's 4 there. The kid, and then who else? Well, let's see this last one. Ebba Ecclestone. Ebba is beloved by all who know her, and in the minds of many could do no wrong. That was until she fed spoiled oats to Lord Byron's favorite mayor, killing the beast and losing her job as a stable hand. Now that could be kind of poor then. Alright, so first, definitely want you. Oh, you're unavailable. I didn't even notice that. Half the... Oh. Like, let's see, 1, 2... 3 of the 6 I wanted are just unavailable. Let's see. 1... Yep, you're unavailable. Okay, you're unavailable. Alright, so, change your plans. We apparently have a very specific...
To make this choice.
You know, actually, let's...
Been chosen for me.
Let's back on here what they say. Okay, the kid's silent.
It is
We already
beyond me
heard
to
what
make
she
this
says.
Okay. What's the key?
It's a shame. And then we
go.
got, let's see, 1,
I'm
2,
not
3,
as
4,
young as I
5.
once was,
And who was the last
but
one they
maybe
said
my
we can...
years at the keep.
I said I would stick to plows and horseshoes. But I still know how to swing a hammer. I'll go.
Well, it's not ideal. I honestly really wanted both this halfling and the doomsayer guy. But if this is what the game says we should start with for the demo, I'm gonna keep an open mind.
And so
Ooh.
the unlikely party set out for the keep, arriving at the gates just as the evening light began to fail.
I like this. It's an actual playbook. Alright, now... Oh, that's not good. WASD and mouse. Okay, so we aren't limited to point and click. What is that? Oh, that looks like a broken down statue. Wonder who smashed it. Oh, can we take a torch? No. Or maybe... No, E's not doing anything. Okay. Stone statue.
One can only assume the formidable visage on this statue is Rahl himself. The left hand holds a small shield, while the right hand holds a lion-headed scepter.
Do nothing right now. Aha! I think we got our first puzzle. Yeah, pick that up. Oh, I like this inventory. Reminds me of the one time I played D&D with a group of friends. Game was run by one of my younger brothers. Alright, so... Inventory. Do we just... Oh,
One can only assume the formidable visage...
yeah. We will... use item.
The scepter snaps into place with a satisfying click.
That's nice. Alright, now I think... Okay. Ability tests are based on the character attributes such as wisdom or strength. Character must roll under the percentage based on the difficulty. For example, if there's a 30% chance, they have to roll under a 30. Sometimes a roll is done in private by the Dungeon Master too, so the player will not know if they succeeded or failed. Alright. Crap, I think I needed to select the character before I did the roll. Oh, well, that was good success at least. Now, what do we have here? Small healing potion. Small vial filled with a crimson liquid faintly glowing. Heals 1 to 6 points. Okay, who are we gonna give you to? You know, I think we'll... Some items, such as potions and scrolls, are expendable. To use them, right-click on them in your inventory and select Use. Many items are only usable during combat. When an item is used in combat, it will end that character's turn. Good to know. Anyway, like I was saying, I think I'll give the healing stuff to the cleric for now. Nothing else to see in this spot. I wonder...
One can only assume the...
Yeah. What happens if we move this arm?
The arm seems to be designed to act as a lever, and is already in...
Aha, so it was meant to be a clue to pull this one down. I like that. A little bit of environmental clues and storytelling. Actually, let's check that map. Oh, nice. Z. I can't zoom in that high. So there's a 1. What does the 1 mean? Oh, cool. Part 1 of 3 modules. That means there might be 2 more games planned, or maybe 2 major campaigns for this game once it comes out. Anyway, the stars, I assume, are interactables. And the 1 seems to show the intended path, maybe? Let's see. And that's the introduction thing. Ah, here it. This adventure is intended for 6 level 0 characters. Members will be unskilled and inexperienced, so the party should expect to lose and replenish members as they go, with power maintained through powerful magic items. Interesting. Now, down that way looks clear, as does here. Well, when in doubt, you usually go left in a maze or dungeon. Ooh. Okay. I don't know why you're teaching me now. Okay. Huh. Left, right, left, right. I did say go left. Oh.
Spartan beds and matching foot chests hint at this room's use as a barrack of some kind. The ravages of looters and time have been unkind, leaving it in shambles. A makeshift structure built from bed frames dominates the rear of the chamber.
Ooh. Pick up the spear. Who we giving it to? I think the fighter. Let's see, 1d4, 1d6. And then, who else? Kid has a teddy bear loaded with weights. All metal pellets specifically. We've got a rusty cleaver. Oh, it's a shared inventory. Oh, that changes a few things. Anyway, that's similar. Looks like outside of her, everyone's got a similar... Ooh. Now that... Okay, who... The kid, I think we can let him keep his teddy bear, but... This, I think, we'll swap out. And if there's anything more... Oh, another sling. Could be useful if they have degradation. Alright, nothing in that one. Nothing in the beds. What's around the corner?
The sound of small boots disturbs the quiet of the room as small figures burst forth from the haphazard barricade. They brandish crude weapons and seem particularly intent on defending their hideout.
Oh. Well, we're gonna get started in combat then. First, we'll roll initiative. Alright. Your dice are black, the enemies are green. Oh, nice. We get to go first. Arrange in 3 rows, front, middle, and back. Characters using melee weapons can only attack enemies directly in front of them. Reach weapons such as spears can attack up to 2 rows away, and ranged weapons can attack from any distance. Alright, click your melee weapon to attack. Now choose an enemy, and a d20 will be rolled. Results must be higher than the armor class to hit. Standard D&D stuff. Some modifiers may add to the weapon strength for bonus. Okay. Who do I... You know, let's go with this guy here. 18. Nice. +1 with the strength. And full damage. Ooh, with a bonus. Okay. You are going to take... the sword guy seems like he's probably going to be... Ooh. Oh, that's great. Okay, you... Probably this guy here. Oh. I think that... Yeah, that's the first miss. Alright, reach and range weapons. This character is not in the front row, but they have a close range weapon equipped. Use equip, unequip to access your inventory. And swap it for the swing, or sling. Alright, that uses his turn though. Okay. Close the screen. And we're going to have the guy with the cleaver. If nothing in range to attack, you can right click or press escape to cancel target selection. Out of range, out of range, out of range. Alright. I'm guessing... Oh, we don't have the 3 rows. Cancel that. Okay, swap those 2 if we have to. Alright, you are gonna hit the guy in the way back. Oh, that is terrible. Attack rolls must exceed the... or meet or exceed the defender's armor class in order to hit. Oh, 18. That is awful. Oh, what? That's no good. And they're all targeting her. Oof. Okay. Thank goodness. Okay, double click an in-range enemy is a shortcut to attacking them. Sure. 8. Okay, I think a 7 hits them. Alright, you hit the one in back. Oh, come on! Magic scrolls are single-use items. Once used, arcane spell scrolls can only be used by magic users and elves. Divine scrolls are by clerics. Party members start as unskilled level 0 common folk. Their true class and abilities remain dormant until they reach level 1. However, since this character has arcane potential, they can use arcane scrolls at level 0. Oh, I've added a magic missile to your inventory. Use it to right-click. Alright. And then use... I think we're going to hit the guy in the... Yeah, we'll hit this guy, since he's already near the front, or near death. Okay, you know what? Use equip. Can you use it on her? If I tell you to use it, will you end up drinking it yourself? Yeah, okay, so you gotta do it on the turn that you use it, so I really shouldn't have used that magic missile. And you're out of range. I got an idea. Move you with you. And then you're gonna sling that one. Oh, a 20. Nice. Alright, can you do anything? No, you can't do anything for her, so we're just gonna have to see if you can actually kill. Okay, who's he aiming for? Oh, that's not so bad. I mean, it's still half his health, but... Alright. No, don't do that. Just double click. 18, nice, nice. But what's your damage? Oof. Oh, he was weaker than the other. Alright, 75 XP plus some gold and I think a bonus for surviving. Alright, before anything else, you use this. Oh, shit. He only healed you for one. Okay. Ooh. What is... I meant to examine...
A grinding noise, followed by the sound of metal scraping on stone, echoes from deep within the keep.
Okay, we opened a door somewhere. In the meantime... Oh, nice, a dagger. We'll stick that there. Oh, it's... Wait, did that say pristine? It's not pristine exactly. I mean, it's in the description, but it is +1. Heritage short sword. I know someone started off with a dagger. Huh. Yeah. You will move with the kid. The kid, we will give you the dagger. Or maybe give you your teddy bear back. And then you can keep yours. And next time we find a healing item, we will make sure that you get healed first. The other guy lost half his health, but at the same time...
This door is wedged shut by the damp and refuses to open despite your best efforts.
Alright. Huh. Who has a good chance of bashing it down? No one really. Well, we'll hack it.
Your weapons and inexperience do little.
Okay, fine. Strength. Alright, you can change the character. Yeah. Some characters are better. Yeah. Already figured. So far, only one really with a good chance are Tatum, who I don't want in the front anyway, and Ray. Oh, okay. Ooh, okay, and we'll get back to that. What's over here?
A foul odor pervades this place. A smell so heinous it is beyond description. A sitting board runs the length of the far wall with 3 openings. Despite the buzzing flies, you hear the faintest sound of rushing water that seems to be coming from the farthest hole.
Okay then. What's down this one?
Peering into the opening shows a drop that leads out of sight and into absolute darkness, farther than any sane person would attempt to climb, unless, of course, they wished for certain death. You hear the sound of rushing water coming from below.
We're gonna toss in a rock. Who... You know, Tatum, we'll send you down as a climber.
The party calls down in desperation, but they receive no reply.
Oh. He's just dead. Untimely death is not unusual in the lands of Weepstone, and believe it or not, it's not all bad. When the people of Weepstone die, they convey otherworldly boons called mortal favors upon their friends and loved ones. Each character is a unique mortal favor. They vary wildly, and little is known of their origin or cause. Okay, all secret rolls are now rolled visibly, and adjacent rooms are mapped through walls. I get the feeling I should have come back with a,
As you approach the middle latrine, you are blasted by an odor beyond.
Yeah, I think I should have come back if I had a rope.
Your guts roil, your eyes water. Whatever faith you have is tested by the putrid fumes that waft from this unholy maw. Shockingly, the latrine is not only quite full, but its contents are surprisingly fresh. A glint of gold sits just out of reach, atop the muck.
Yeah, we're gonna test. Okay, send the old man?
You sift blindly through horrors within, and to your surprise, you retrieve what feels like a ring.
Oh, thank goodness.
You emerge from the hole, smelling foul and feeling quite ill. Let us see if you are poisoned.
Oh, I have no doubt that it's... Oh.
Let's just say that you're poisoned.
Oh, that's not good. Brass ring that emits heals aware. Oh, that is definitely... Okay, we need to get on you just because you currently need some healing. Okay. Now, actually, I should check before I move around. Alright, poison seems to be... Yeah, poison seems to either be temporary or it already faded. Either way... You know, he did say they'd map it out as we went. Okay, so that was a 11, which means I think that was supposed to be one of the last places we went. Which means the guy probably could have survived if I'd found something.
This door is not locked, but it refuses all attempts to open it.
Let's have a listen.
No discernible sounds come from beyond the door.
Break it
You
down?
attack the door, but fail to cause any...
Alright. Guess we're not going in that way. It's probably locked. And this looks like...
The party lifts with their combined might, but can do little to move the steel portcullis.
Yeah, that's probably where our end goal is for the demo.
This stately but smaller hall seems to have served as a gallery of sorts. Crumbled detritus of carved busts and toppled plinths lie in shambles across the floor. The only remnants that hint at the original grandeur of this place are the large tapestries that still hang on the opposing walls, dominating the space.
Alright, let's have a look-see.
Depicted in the mural that spans the length of this side of the hall is the silhouette of a man standing in front of what looks like a calm pool of water. Though at first it appears to be merely a pool in a cavern, the exacting geometric carvings that decorate the hewn stone walls are of unsettling design.
Okay, so it's eldritch in nature. Got it. How about this one?
Before you spans a great mural dominating the entire stretch of wall. A man, most likely Ral himself, sits astride his great warhorse. He brandishes an outstretched sword at the body of a fallen foe, flanked by his imposing host.
Neat. That's something I really love about like black and white ink drawings. You can get a lot of expression and surprising detail from just the use of the void and empty space. Okay. Downstairs seems like a bad idea. We should try to get these two rooms over here open at some point. There's something over there. Possibly a secret passage. Downstairs obviously is going to be important, but in the meantime... Oh, okay. Let's make sure. Yeah, this is the starting area. Gonna be tough dealing with anything with lack of people.
This door is locked and won't budge.
Okay. Well, that don't sound good.
Soft chittering, followed by the clatter of metal on stone.
Alright, whatever is in there, it likely is made of metal or uses metal.
The smith's quarters are Spartan and humble, but must have once been a comfortable respite from the heat and ringing of the forge after a long day's labors.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm a daft blasted idiot. I just can't seem to keep my head on straight anymore these days. 1. Forge the armory key for the 3rd time this year. 2. Finish up Larona's set of fancy daggers. 3. Ask the apothecary about these blasted nightmares.
Nightmares, you say? Ooh, and a mold. Alright, we're gonna need that. Because there's a few locked doors. Oh, we are definitely taking that. And we are giving it to the dwarf. Just a sec. That's a 1d6 plus 1 compared to his 1d6. Now, who... That can stay. That stays. Her husband needs a better weapon. Now, if only we could give them some armor. Right, nothing hidden in here that I can see, so let's go in here. Ooh.
A large forge at the center of this room seems long dormant, but the smell of coke and coal still permeates every inch. Crates, barrels, and scattered ashes are scant reminders that this was once the beating heart of the keep.
Okay, clearly we're going to put something here, so let's get that mold. Gonna take a quick look around to be sure. Alright, steel ingots, yes. How many can we take?
You've already got one of those.
Alright, only one per use.
A
Oh,
filthy, disheveled
hello.
man holding a knife cowers in the corner while eyeing you cautiously. Makeshift bedding and various personal effects lie in disarray. The smell is pungent.
Hey, you want to join our
What are you
team?
lot doing in here?
We're on a mission on behalf of the Lord of Weepstone, or at least his brother. I'm hoping you'll join us.
Ah, curse that place and everyone in it. Like them bastards were more than happy to see the back of Old Creek.
Okay. Now, do we want to know what he has against them? If he's found anything out of the ordinary? I'm going to assume I can only ask him one of these before we move on to the next thing. So, let's ask if he's seen anything.
Ah, well, if there's any justice, it's his comeuppance for letting the town fall apart. But no, I haven't heard any about that.
Okay. Alright, so you're definitely not a ghost. Would you like to join us?
Sure. If you'll, have Old Creek.
Oh yeah, we got a slot right open. And not for any bad reasons whatsoever. Let's see, the husband. Yeah, we'll give old Craig a sling. Unless we can end up making some. Okay, that's collapsed. Actually, what is his. Well, first, actually, yeah. So 1 there, 3. I assume that 2 is one of these rooms. Maybe this one. I don't like the looks of that thing in the thing because it looks like it's made of metal, which means it's probably what we're going to fight once we get through that door. Alright, no secrets here. Can we... Oh, he needs armor too. Damn it. Poison and death resistance. Well, saving throw. He needs to get 13 or... Yeah, or under. What is his specialty? He's a latent thief. So we've got 2 thieves now. Hello. To move a character in your party, first proceed to... Okay. Move button to swap. Ah, so he wouldn't have been inside the party anyway until I moved him in. Okay. I think all we gotta do...
Lighting the forge with your torch. It is indeed lit, but only just.
Oh, not to worry. We're gonna pop something into the melting pot. Do nothing. Pump this.
The forge begins heating up as you pump the bellows.
Pump it a bit more.
As more air pumps into the forge, you begin feeling some heat.
Good, good. We're making
The
progress.
forge is as hot as it's going to get. The heat feels good in this cold, forgotten place.
All right. Next. Yeah, that'll do it.
As the ingot begins to melt, the steel slowly oozes into the mold. After a few minutes, the newly forged key is just barely cool enough to handle.
That's good to hear. Pick that up. We're going to need that. Now, can we use it multiple times? And we are going to take that ingot just in case. Oh, we can take that mold back too, but I think we're going to first take a look around, see if there isn't another mold to replace it first.
This door is locked and won't...
And it's locked. We're going to use the key. And there you are.
Startles the large, scuttling creature that seems to have been nibbling on what remains of an axe blade. It rears up in surprise, emitting an eerie, chittering noise.
Time for battle. Please don't target the girl. Oof, okay. Iron Belly. It's a rare encounter. Alignment chaotic. Oh. Okay. I think it got 2 attacks and missed with the first one. Now we are going to try to kill you quick. Oh, that is definitely not gonna... Yeah, I'm thinking... Oh, what did they say? I'm not sure. I don't think I can check him until he's actually acting, so... Oh, this is terrible. And he's barehanded. Wait, why is he barehanded? Okay, give you the dagger with +1. You can't attack. I'll have to pass. Sling. I doubt this is... You're the one who hits. Sure. Well, at least it's max damage. Okay, let's try that again. Alright, so it's gotta be 8 or higher at least. Let's see. Where is that? Armor class. Unknown. On the plus side, you keep missing. Ooh, that's not good. At least this will do some big damage if it... Oh, that should definitely hit. You look sort of like a cockroach dragon thingy. Oh, you're only badly hurt. Alright, 19, that's good. 5 is even better. Okay, how close are we to... Oh, no. Okay, at least it doesn't do a penalty of where he could have ended up hurting himself. Alright, you're gonna pass. You, however... 18, nice. Alright. I forgot. I was going to swap out the husband's weapon. That's why he started barehanded. It just got to me. That's why. Anyway, this should be enough to finish it if we get max. Okay.
The earthy smell of rusting metal and leather gone to rot fill this chamber that clearly once served as an armory. Moldering armor and rusting weapons sit in chaotic piles, strewn without care and long forgotten.
Yeah, we'll take a look through it, see what we can salvage.
These weapons have been corroded beyond use by the Iron Belly's fetid bile.
It's a good thing it didn't try to do something like that to me. Ooh, nice. Shield is still good. How about Morningstar? Nice. And Rusty Spear is a +1, which I think... Who had the spear? Oh, I think the fighter had the spear. Okay, so what is it compared? So it's 1d6 -1. Oh, that's not great. What's his hammer? It's plus, okay. Just want to make sure no one is bad for that kind of thing. We need to give her something useful, or maybe swap the husband into the... Either way, we gotta see what's going on.
A grinding noise, followed by the sound of metal scraping on stone, echoes from deep within the keep.
Alright, that's probably the other thing opening. You know what? Let's see who's got a. We'll put you there. And you get the other shield. Is there anything else? Nothing in here. What I'm going to do, it looks like I used up the key when I opened that door. So we're going to pop in another ingot and see if we can get another key.
As the
Good.
ingot begins.
And then we'll go back to those other doors. One of them needs to be brute forced, but the other one, I believe, was simply locked. So we should be able to access it. Let's take a look anyway. It's weird. Okay, so the way things look, we go from one in the starting area. We were supposed to go downstairs, somehow access this thing without a key, go here to the forge, melt down an ingot, make a key, not check out this room, then go all the way over here to where the goblins or gnomes were at. No idea where 5 is. It's probably one of these two rooms. We're missing like 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So I have no idea if those numbers mean the intended order or if they're supposed to be relative difficulty for the area. Either way, we'll know for sure once I actually
This door is wedged shut.
give this a try. Oh, that is gruesome. Ugh.
Though humble, these quarters were clearly reserved for a captain or leader of the keep's guard. The contents of this room appear mostly untouched over the years, as various papers and a book sit undisturbed upon a wooden desk.
I had hoped that the key would have gotten me in here, but, sure.
My thoughts of late are greatly troubled, and my faith in our Lord falters. That priestess, Lorona, and her jealously guarded activities beneath the keep bring me great concern. If the captain of his Lord's guard is not permitted to venture below to the Undercroft, one can only imagine why.
Interesting. So the priestess is in on whatever is going on here. Scroll of Lightning. This was worth bashing the guy's head in. Anything else secret? This sort of thing is usually where you would do some sort of perception check or something. But I don't know if I get to do that if there's no trigger. Okay, that one's done. We've got one more door, I think. Yeah, one more door before we get to where that gate was. That thing's blocked off, and I didn't get an option to try digging it out, so this is our only thing left.
This door is not locked.
Alright. Try to break it down.
Door, but failed.
Is it depending on who
You attack
attempts?
the door.
Let's try it with
You
everyone.
attack the door, but fail to cause any.
Yeah, it'll
You
either
attack the
be
door,
that just
but
the
failed.
sheer number of times I
attack the door.
attack,
You attack
or-
the door. You attack the door. No
okay.
discernible sounds come from beyond the door.
Alright, so there's gotta be a secret to opening it. Passage maybe that... Alright, nothing's here. That's unlocked.
A large, barren courtyard opens before you, complete with mature trees and cobblestone walkways. As you cross the threshold, a sprinkling of pebbles and dust rain down from above.
Oh!
From atop the towering walls surrounding the courtyard, a group of screeching kobolds vault the parapets and descend upon you.
Oh dear. Okay, so what's... Oh, that is awesome. We might be able to take out a few before we're done. Okay, you go and try to bash the one in front. It's only a 4, but... Oh, these guys are weak as hell. Okay, we'll do that one. 18, nice. And I think you get some plus. Oh, no. Okay, oh. Which one's gonna be hurting more if we let it live? And we'll say this one. Doesn't really matter, we missed anyway. Okay, her we just gotta skip, so you are going to try to kill this one. Oh, come on, man. I know you're a bum, but still. How about this one for you, lady? Oh, that is a lot better. And it might be enough to kill. No, almost. Alright, that's a miss. Good. Just gotta survive 3 more. Nice. A little concerning that there's like... Okay, that could have been better. Okay, I think what we're gonna do, depending on if we kill them all, I might have a chance to swap out the ring, put it on the cleric lady, and heal her once we get out of battle. Alright, so 8 I think is guaranteed hit. Alright, then you take the ring off. That's that. You attack that. And that should kill. Now you, we're going to quick equip the ring. And in theory... Okay, nice. In theory, once the battle is over, you are going to get your health most of the way, if not all the way back. And that should kill. Yeah, there we go. You got 4 out of 5 health now. And we got some decent XP. Alright. Got left, right, and center.
Despite your best efforts, the door refuses to budge.
Alright, no way there. Obviously, straightforward will be the way eventually. Let's check the shadows. Nothing hidden.
Despite your best efforts.
Alright, refuses to budge. We got a decent amount of this area mapped out, though. Looks like whatever's on the end of the middle door is probably what we got left. Alright, so... I think you're the one who gets to use the scroll because you've got arcane potential. And we're going to swap you out with a spear, even if that is your family treasure. Oh, that's just an armory key, so I doubt that we will have any use for it. Oh, nice. It stays on there if we do end up needing it. You know, I just realized these bits are designed to look like little tiles on the map as well. That's a nice little touch. Anyway, let's see what's forward. Yeah, you scream final boss of the demo.
You there? Who are you that dares enter this sacred place?
We would have your name
I
first.
find your hubris amusing.
No, it's just common decency.
I would see you clearer. Come closer. Now. It would be rude to not introduce myself to guests. I am Laronia, the ever-faithful.
Well, soon to be Laronia the Dead.
Byron. How does he fare? Still a craven, I presume.
Do you know him?
I know him well, as he does me. I don't know that he speaks of me often, though.
Well, doesn't matter. Can't say we've heard of you, though.
I am untroubled by what fools do not know, but they make such bad company. Time to remedy that.
Alright, we're getting right into it. And, well, there's the skeletons from the box art. Alright, please roll high. Oh, that is great. Alright, you smash that one. Oh, dude. You had only one job. Break its skull. Oh. 11's bad too. Yeah, this... How about you, Starla? You're killing me. And possibly the team. Alright, you try to hit her. 19? Only 2 damage, but still. I think the best bet is to kill her. A nat 20? Oh, wow. Okay. She only gets 1 attack, but she can do 1d6 damage. And she was doing magic based, which meant we need to start doing some save rolls. On the plus side, with the shields, some of these guys will have a harder time being hit just by default. Oh, that's not good. And that's even worse. Okay. She's out of range. Try to hit this one this time. 18. If that's not a hit. 3, please be enough. Oh, 5. That'll do it. Okay, and then you, kid. Yeah, we are getting some great luck now. Max damage. It's near death. Good. Oh, I'm loving this. I don't know who I appeased all of a sudden, but you are going to use this magic scroll on her for 5 points of damage guaranteed. Oh, that is great. 15, will that hit? That'll hit. And almost max damage we could do. Alright, I think one more will do it. Come on. Alright. Nice. Now, Skeleton's left, but at the same time, he is like the least bit of a threat compared to the... Oof. Okay, at least he just whiffs. Come on, kid. Finish him off. Kid. How about you, Egbert? You gonna show your wife how strong you are? Yes, you are. Woo, almost maximum. Sweet. That's a lot of XP.
I must have misinterpreted the omens. Today, he calls for me. It matters not. I am only a servant in his grand designs. It has already begun.
And with that, the spark of life fades from the mad priestess, leaving behind naught but a dead-eyed rictus.
That's ominous. And just like that, I thought that was going to be the end of the demo. That was a blast. I really can't wait for this one to come out. Like, they really nailed down the old-fashioned D&D aesthetic and the managing to kill yourself with the stupidest things, like with the guy just peering down into the hole and falling 70 feet to his death. Well, I'm gonna have to call it here. I'd love for there to be more game to play, but unfortunately there isn't at this moment, and we're all out of time anyway, so thank you everyone for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you in the next game. Take care and have a nice day. Bye-bye.